Hey everyone, it's Gorthar Gaming here. I was just going to do a quick little video kind of talking about some of the ideas behind, some of the thinking behind my main build, especially the Arverni build that I've been using lately. I saw something very similar that someone had done, and I kind of tweaked it a little bit to make it seem, to kind of fit kind of my strategy that I've been using. Anyway, I'll run it down. I use 2 Oathsworn, 5 of these, 3, 4, 5 Celtic Warriors, what is it, 4 Heavy Horse, 3, 4, and then 4 Chosen Swords, and then just, yeah, a couple of, maybe I could, no, yeah, and then 2 Levy Freemen. I really like this build. I think it is very strong. It's obviously infantry heavy, which with the state of where Rome 2 is right now, that's really where we are at, is this infantry focused, infantry heavy. I have had a couple of people make comments to me in some of the online battles about infantry heavy is lame. That's kind of lame. Go with skirmishers. Everybody's doing infantry heavy. Well, that's, I mean, you're talking about being in online builds, you're talking about being competitive. That's really where the strength lies, so that's where people are going to go. Now, if I was, this build also kind of depends upon what faction you're up against. I mean, if you're up against another barbarian faction, I think this is a perfectly acceptable build. One thing to be careful about is if you're up against a faction that can bring elephants, you need to be very careful, because this build doesn't have a great way of dealing with something like elephants. You get those precursor javelins on your swords and on the spear that can kind of leave in reserve, but that's going to be tough. So if you're worried about that, you might get rid of these spear warriors and bring a couple of Celtic youths, something like that. There you go, you've got some skirmishers, and you got a little bit, maybe put some, there you go, buff up your Levy Freemen. They're crappy units anyway, but hey, you build them up like this. They've got a 25 bonus versus large, so if you're going to use them plus the Celtic youths, I mean, that'll give you plenty to deal with a unit of elephants. So I mean, that's kind of something to think about. Another thing about this build, like, I really like having this, having this Oathsworn on either flank with this, the encourage ability to kind of help bolster the morale, especially since these units aren't necessarily, especially these Celtic warriors, are alright. Depending upon the situation they can get into, you've really gotta be careful with them. But depending upon what they're up against, it can take an opponent a while to dig through them. But that's kind of, like I said, that's kind of the thought I've had behind this build that I use. Again, it's nothing special. It's just kind of something to think about. And I hear some people say, this bring more elite units. But the problem with bringing a lot of elite units is that you end up getting just swamped. Your opponent is going to end up outnumbering you by a large margin, and yeah, this Oathsworn are tough, Spear Nobles are tough, but if you're engaging if every one of your infantry is engaging 2 of theirs, it's gonna be, it's not gonna go well. It's gonna be a Pyrrhic victory at best, and you're gonna be holding your breath the whole time if you're gonna pull out a victory. So I mean, that's why going with this infantry heavy build with a mix of a mix of swords and spears and cheaper units and more expensive units to kind of give yourself some balance and flexibility. Really helps out a lot. Again, I'm really liking the Arverni here, at least from multiplayer. I haven't played any campaign as them yet. I really haven't played a lot of campaign as the barbarian factions. But I don't know, I'm looking to possibly begin a campaign to start recording videos to upload. So I don't know, let me know what you all think about that. If you have any questions about some of this multiplayer, some of these other things, I'll answer them the best that I can. Again, as it goes on YouTube, if you like the video, please give a thumbs up, comment, or subscribe. And let me know what you think. Gorthar Gaming, signing off for now.